Ladies and gentlemen, I am reading several articles. Daily Mail, Hunter Biden will likely land generous plea deal. A generous plea deal that will, let's keep reading, that will allow him to admit tax and firearms charges, ending investigation into far more serious laundering and lobbying allegations, lawyer believes. That's just one article. Now you might say, you see, nothing's ever going to happen. Anyone who says that should just write a $20,000 check to the Democratic National Committee, because that mentality is worth more than that type of money in terms of a donation. You can't have that mentality when you know the pendulum is swinging back or swinging towards Trump Republicans for the first time. The House will go overwhelmingly Trump Republican. They're going to impeach mashed potato brains immediately, and endless investigations into Hunter, Joe, and everyone else. And the difference between the investigations into Trump and investigations into Clinton or Hunter is that there are actual crimes committed by Democrats. That's why you needed the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, James Comey, to say, oh, well, there was no intent into owning private servers that stored top secret and special access program intelligence. How that classified data got to those servers is a criminal act. That is a crime unto itself. Everybody knows this. You'd have to be an imbecile not to know that. But their crimes are covered up. The public relations spin as well was investigated. We couldn't find anything. With Trump, they investigate for a different type of public relations spin. They don't have a crime. They don't have a crime. They want desperately their life's mission. Trump is the white whale of Democratic politics. They desperately want to indict him. They can't because he hasn't committed a crime. So what they do is they say, oh, investigation. We're investigating Trump. He's so corrupt. And then the average person on the left says, gosh, he's so corrupt. He lies all the time. It's like, no. The people who commit the crimes and who lie the most are to the left of center. You don't know this because you have everybody from Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, Washington Post, New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, pretty much every publication from Rolling Stone. I'm like, Rolling Stone? Like, you used to have a Hunter S. Thompson at Rolling Stone or Christopher Hitchens at Vanity Fair. Now it's like everybody is the same, morally superior, apoplectic, oftentimes hysterical, but always highly educated and moral liberal Democrat. And you have a public relations monstrosity where almost every publication out there, in addition to all the social media algorithms on Twitter, for example, are leveled against Trump, yet they can't find anything. So you have the DOJ, Merrick Garland, loyalists like Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan. They accused him of things that he didn't do. He was never colluding. He was never working with another country. He was never installed by the Kremlin. But they were allowed to investigate their baseless, absurd claims. Trump is never allowed to investigate any claims that are baseless or that are deemed baseless by his opponents. That's also another difference. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. A Hunter plea deal is going to lead to further indictments, definitely an impeachment for mashed potato brains. So Joe Biden's going to be impeached. And it's because they actually committed crimes. Like, if you know a little bit about politics, you understand this. If you're an ideologue, you don't get this. I'm not bound by political party. To any detractors out there, they might say that I am bound by a political party. No, I am definitely not. If it's Mitt Romney versus Biden, I'd rather have Biden win. I'd rather have Biden defeat Mitt Romney. But I'm voting for Trump 1,000 out of 1,000 times because I want a great economy, record highs in household median income, record lows in poverty, which is what took place. We had a record low in poverty, 10%. It's now like 14 to 15%. Median incomes were real wages were up. Household median income was at an all-time high, record high. And when people say, oh, well, he abandoned the working class, Trump. It's like, no, you don't know anything. The people were making more money. People are making less money now. And then when they say, well, jobs, look at the jobs report. It beat estimates. Like, well, it took 2 years after the most apoplectic and hysterical and wonderful and highly educated Democrats, bureaucrats, media wanted to push to tank, and were successful in shutting down economic activity. It took 2 years. It took 2 years to get back to the unemployment rate that Trump had in 2019 and early 2020. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Be here for the live stream tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a segment in a couple of hours on the Durham Probe Special Counsel. Very important segment. You might say, well, nothing's ever gonna happen. It's like, no, my God. Yes, things are gonna happen. The pendulum is going. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. My God Almighty. My God Almighty. Nothing's ever gonna happen. Write a $20,000 check to the Democratic Party. That's like the best thing you could do for them, other than write. It's actually more lucrative for the Democrat. It's financially more rewarding for a person to say, "Oh, nothing's ever gonna happen." What do you think? How long do you think it takes for the pendulum, for momentum to swing to another political party when you have all of media and you have loyalists in the United States government like Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan, Comey, all of these people? It takes time. Trump is not even liked by Republicans, by never Trump Republicans. Libertarians, I have a big problem with Trump. I don't like his personality. Well, you like Joe Biden's personality? You like him? Let me ask you, for all the libertarians out there, you think that the bills that Build Back Better, you think that's good? Or you think it would be better with Trump? So the thing is, like, I'm all for third parties. I'm all for third parties. But the Green Party is very different from the Democratic Party. Okay? Like the Democratic Party and the Green Party are like two different entities. Libertarian Party would do much better with Trump than with Biden. Biden is the antithesis of the libertarian, like, philosophy, the absolute antithesis. So I don't get how, like, people are like, oh, well, I'd rather have, like, I don't get that. But anyway, you're not doing yourselves any favors by being a never-Trump Republican focusing on integrity when you can't delineate between media obsession and who Trump really is. Trump allocated more funding and made the funding permanent to historically black colleges and universities. He's the first president to do that. More funding ever and made it permanent. He signed an executive order combating anti-Semitism on college campuses. We had a fantastic economy. Nobody can say that he abandoned the working class. Like, no, he was the best thing for the working class. If you're like this far-left socialist, you should vote for Trump. If you care about economic justice and poverty and people making more money to feed their families, because that's what took place under Trump. People are impoverished now under Biden. Real wages are down 4.4%. You're literally voting for poverty if you vote Democrat. But anyway, and then foreign policy, like you have China and Taiwan, they're about to, God forbid, they're about to either blockade or invade. But what I'm trying to say is, like, the getting to the actual Wray allegations troubling about FBI agent covering up Hunter Biden information. So Christopher Wray, the director, didn't even deny it. He didn't even deny. Get 8 minutes in, we'll get to one of the main themes of the main points of this segment. He didn't even deny. And by the way, hit subscribe to this channel. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash and the Nuclear Confrontation channel. I will eventually grow those. I'm trying my best, but it's a big endeavor just to grow this channel. We're almost at 200,000 subs. Things are slow, ladies and gentlemen, but they'll pick up. You might think that the news cycle is it's like slow. And no. It's going to really pick up in a couple of weeks. So hit subscribe. If you have friends or family who might enjoy this channel, to my 9-minute crowd, tell them. If you're in Australia, if you're in Missouri, it doesn't matter where you are. God bless you. If you have friends and family who might enjoy this channel, tell your friends. Tell your family members about H.A. Goodman on YouTube. And if you want to support my work, my Patreon is below in the pinned comment and description. And also, if you want to give a super thanks, the super thanks button is down below, next to the like and the share buttons. And become a member of this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe. I mean, I could read you the Politico article, but it ties in with the Hunter plea deal. He's going to plead guilty. It's going to lead to impeachment, and it's going to lead to numerous indictments, probably more indictments of Hunter. Because if he pleads guilty, he's not going to. There's probably more information out there and more criminal activity. So anyway, they're going to try to cover it up either before or after midterms, and it ain't going to work. Because you will have every Trump Republican in the House making it their life's mission to ensure that the criminal behavior is out in the open. On the other hand, conversely, there is no criminal behavior with Trump. How do we know? He hasn't been indicted. Not because there are loyalists covering up for him, the way there are loyalists within the U.S. government covering up for Hunter. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here in a couple of hours, and be here for the live stream tonight.